This is the story of Stacy Charles, a 23-year-old who did not like nor date black men, but sadly ended up being killed by her psychotic white zaddy who she dated in replacement of a black man. She realized it was too late after getting into it, and she tried to do everything to get out of it, but that didn't happen.
So how does a man that has a flipping assault, like a harassment, has probation, have warrants, were able to slip through the system, get a $2,500 bail, and was able to go back to the same young lady that he harassed and kill her?
She asked for help, she reported the abuse, she believed the system would protect her, but no, it didn't. On a dark November night in Baton Rouge, no one arrived in time. She reached out to police, told them she had been attacked, and her boyfriend was arrested. You'd think that would be the end of the danger. Instead, it was only the beginning. Things ended really horrible for her before she had a way of getting out of what she thought would be her gateway to a better life. This isn't just a story of love gone wrong. It's a story of warnings ignored, systems that failed her according to her close friend, but according to internet friends, this is a story of her zaddy going crazy after being with a black woman. This is the story of Stacy Charles. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This story takes us to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Stacy Charles lived in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She was described by friends as a very happy and bubbly person who always made others smile. She had recently purchased her first car, was working toward her goals, and was known for keeping her head up even when life got hard. Life to Stacy wasn't all that easy from what is learned about her. For one, she doesn't like people of color like her, which she did not hesitate to let others around know. She posted multiple times online about how she doesn't like black men but only like white men. Stacy didn't want anything to do with black men, let alone date them. She must have believed that white men do more for black ladies, so she decided that it was the route to go if she wants to live a soft life, and of course that was the route she went. Into her life came Stephen Heinrich Jr.
Not the bank nowadays, I don't even want to talk if it ain't money conversations. I've been counting up, don't ask me how.
Stephen was someone who loved to show off on social media. He lived a kind of lavish lifestyle. Exactly what Stacy is looking for. It seems like a match made in heaven. She started living fancy lifestyles, traveling on vacation.
Please don't speak my language. Please don't speak my language.
They went to lavish parties. They went on spa dates. They went LV shopping. She got multiple gifts and so many other things. Stephen was obsessed with black ladies. You can see him with multiple ladies at a time. People said the ladies he was with did not care as long as he was doing things they believe a black man would not do for them. This ladies usually turn a blind eye on him whenever he cheats on them. Their relationship seemed ordinary at first, but it quickly developed dangerous patterns. Unknown to Stacy that Stephen her white zaddy was a crazy person who needed to visit the mental hospital bi-weekly. He had multiple protective order against him by 6 other ladies. Some ladies started messaging Stacy just to warn her about the dangers of her new zaddy, but by then it was too late. Stephen was said to never want to let go whenever he dates someone. He threatens their whole family, go to their place of work, and plans to kill his exes. Here are some messages Stacy got from Stephen's exes who tried to warn her. This one reads, "Hey love, we don't know each other, but the man you are seeing right now has been talking and harassing me almost every single day since last year. He does the same thing to my best friend, he's moved into my whole family, my job, etc. I have never even met him before, but he used to talk to my friend for a short period of time till he went insane out of nowhere. He is extremely racist, yet he targets black women. I am literally only messaging you because I don't want to see this happen to yet another black woman. He's been already arrested but still hasn't stopped. He was checked into a mental hospital like last month and came out and still continues. I can send you thousands and thousands of screenshots of proof of everything. This is another exchange with another lady, please make your family and friends aware. Because I am nervous if he gets out. He could do something. I know. I am kinda scared also, but they said they are going to call me when he gets released." Here is a text message he sent to one of his ex's dad, found out where daughter lives. He sent this to another girl's job. It reads, "Hello, if you tell us Rose Grace address, we will send you $2,000 in Bitcoin, and if you don't, we will contact all of your family members about you." This one sent to another family member reads, "I can't wait until your daughter dies. I am going to piss on her grave, if you can even afford one." And this last one reads, "I am gonna bury her, watch." Well, this were the signs of a crazy person. By the time Stacy got the memo, it was too late for her. She tried to leave her white zaddy, but it was too late at that point. He would not let that happen. She found out he has sent multiple women to the hospital. She found out that he had a knife stacked in the plants of another ladies who she knew. In October 2025, Stacy filed a protective order against him citing physical abuse, punching, shoving, threats with a weapon, and relentless harassment and stalking via social media. Then on November 5th, Stacy called the police again and reported battery by her zaddy. Steve was arrested, charged with battery of a dating partner, posted bond, and a protective order was issued. In the early hours of November 13, 2025, around 2 a.m., officers with the Baton Rouge Police Department responded to the 12,000 block of Old Hammond Highway. They found Stacy lying in the parking lot of her apartment complex with several large stab wounds. She was rushed to the hospital but died during surgery. Nearby, investigators connected a separate car crash. Stephen was involved. He had rammed Stacy's vehicle, forcibly removed her, stabbed her multiple times, then fled the scene. He then intentionally caused his own accident by dousing himself with flammable liquid, thereby ultimately permanently injuring himself. He was rescued, transported to hospital, and died of his injuries the next day. What a crazy fellow. Stacy's life ended tragically, not just from violence, but from repeated warnings that were never fully acted upon. Her friends and family gathered for a balloon release, calling Stacy just a beautiful soul and saying the system failed her.
Balloons taking flight to honor the life of a woman lost to domestic violence. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Family and friends of Stacy Charles say a New Orleans woman who was killed in Baton Rouge last week are celebrating her life.
She was stabbed to death by her ex-boyfriend. The investigative unit's best casualty has been following this story closely. She reports tonight from Gretna, where that memorial took place, and has new information on the circumstances that led up to her murder.
Michael, Sylvia, we're here in Gretna, which is near Charles's hometown of Harvey. There were dozens of people, they're still lingering here behind me, that came to celebrate her life, releasing purple balloons in her honor.
The WBRZ investigative unit has obtained more documents showing the rocky relationship history that led to 2 deaths. According to Baton Rouge police, 28-year-old Stephen Heinrich stabbed 23-year-old Stacy Charles to death before crashing his car and setting himself on fire. Court documents show Charles had tried to protect herself from Heinrich multiple times before her death. In a protective order request filed in October in family court, Charles says Heinrich was physically abusive, having checked these boxes, saying he punched, shoved, and threatened her life with a weapon. However, in her written description of the abuse, she does not mention violence, instead stating he was relentlessly harassing and stalking her and her family through social media.
He created like any dating site, any type of thing. This man would create a page for my daughter.
It's behavior that Dominique Ramkaran and her family know well.
Everything that he did to my daughter, he was doing to the same girl.
Ramkaran lives in New York, where Heinrich is from. She says he harassed and stalked her daughter for months before he met Charles.
A year and a half, you harassed and stalked my daughter. A year and a half, you have tortured us.
In fact, it got so bad it led Ramkaran to file a civil suit against Heinrich when she says the police wouldn't take it seriously. According to her, he had been arrested in New York for violating a protective order several times.
The system failed both of these young ladies.
In Baton Rouge, Heinrich was never served with that initial protective order by Charles because officers couldn't find him. The matter was ultimately dismissed because Charles didn't show up to court. A month later, Heinrich was arrested for misdemeanor domestic abuse against Charles, and she was granted a protective order. He was issued a $2,500 bond by Commissioner Keena Kimball, and a week later stabbed Charles to death. Ramkaran says her death could have been prevented.
So how does a man that has a flipping assault, like a harassment, has probation, have warrants, were able to slip through the system, get a $2,500 bail, and was able to go back to the same young lady that he harassed and kill her?
District Attorney Hiller Moore is currently out of the country and said he did not want to comment on this case until he has all the facts, which he assures me his office is working to get. What we do know is when Heinrich went in front of Commissioner Kimball for his domestic abuse charge, the DA's office did let her know that he had been previously arrested for violating a protective order as well as a criminal mischief charge, both out of the state of New York. In terms of those protective orders that Baton Rouge police says that they found and that we know exist in New York, it's not sure why the DA's office did not have that information at the time.
Unfortunately, some people believed she failed herself first by looking for a soft life in white man but trampling on a black man while doing that. News reports made clear, she asked for protection, she reported abuse, and yet the protective orders and arrests didn't stop what happened. In the end, Stacy Charles's name remains. Her future was stolen. And for those left behind, the questions linger. Our sincere condolences to the friends and families of Stacy Charles. May her soul continue to rest in peace. Do you guys believe the system failed her or think she caused this upon herself? Let us know what you think about this story. Please stay safe out there and we shall see you guys in the next story.